Alrighty, welcome to a truly special episode of On Second Watch because we are streaming live, so anything's going to happen and anything will happen. If this is your first time checking out our show, my name is Tim, and I am one of the hosts of the podcast On Second Watch, where we typically review movies that we have great nostalgia for and see if they hold up over time. But this special segment is called How Would Sean Bean Have Died? So with a little help from some friends and from you guys, we're going to explore the movies that Sean Bean was not cast in and answer that ultimate question. And that question is, ta-da, how would Sean Bean have died in the movie A Goofy Movie? This 1995 American animated musical comedy film has a special place in my heart. And I think it's going to be quite fun because it's got some quite dark moments that I found watching it as an adult. So we'll jump into that, but the way this goes is we get to decide the role that Sean Bean plays. It could be a main character, a cameo, or some random bystander, we don't know. And then we decide how he would die. Since Sean Bean seemingly dies in everything he's in, let's just take it a step further for the movies that he's not cast in and do him dirty there too. But I could not do it alone. So on this special episode, I have some friends joining from one of my favorite podcasts, Talkin Shiz. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us, Tim. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you having us on. And it's all about Sean Bean. I think that he should have an Oscar. You know, the best ways to die in a film. He should win an Oscar.
We
Yes.
need more ways.
Yes, thank you for having us. And he's kind of like the resemblance of Bad Ways to Die, or what, like the little video game that you can play to teach people not to go around train tracks. No bad ways to die.
Right.
Dumb ways.
Dumb
ways
ways.
to die.
Yes.
Very catchy jingle.
Like all those public service announcements for kids, that hey, don't stick your fork in the electrical outlet. You could just be
Oh,
Sean
why
Bean.
not?
Well, we'll show you.
Don't, chew gum next to an airplane propeller. I mean, there's a lot of things out there.
That's a new one. I haven't heard that one.
You
I
would
just
soon
made it up.
realize that.
You know what? It sounded better in my head, though. It was better in my head.
That's quite all right.
That's when
So-
you discover that toasters are not waterproof. Just saying.
Right. Great.
And
So-
Windex is not Kool-Aid.
Right. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe that'll help stop COVID if you listen to some people on the internet. Anyway, so we're gonna have some fun today, and I want to have some of our people checking out the show to cast in their recommendations for how Sean Bean would die in a Goofy movie. So if you're on Facebook or Twitter, or I think even LinkedIn, YouTube banned me, so boo. But if you're on either one of
Really?
those social media channels, yeah, they didn't accept my my plea to go live today. So whatever, it's YouTube. But Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, if you see this playing, if you comment on this feed, it'll show up in my handy dandy list, and I could pop your comment on. So if you have a thought on how Sean Bean would die in a Goofy movie, now's your chance, and I'll pick some of them that aren't too vulgar and put them up here in between us going back and forth talking about this film. So go ahead and do that. So first, let's talk about a Goofy movie. Guys, why of all the movies you came and said, let's do a Goofy movie? What about this film really stood out to you to do?
Honestly, because I just found out Spotify actually has a Goofy movie soundtrack. And so I was listening, and then at the same time as I was listening, I'm a fan of your show. I've commented on, you guys' stuff when I've been like cameos, in some of your other episodes and stuff. I really enjoy you guys. And so as I was listening to, Eye to Eye, and I saw, because you posted it on Twitter that how Sean Sean Bean died in Interstellar. If I could talk, I thought, And since that was playing in my ear, I thought of a Goofy movie. Because I noticed, like, because every time you've done a segment, it's always like it's movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, what an idea if we do it in a cartoon. Just so happens, it kind of just, fate brought it together.
Well, I love a Goofy movie, and I'm really glad you brought this up because that soundtrack is incredible, and I would listen to that too if I knew it was on Spotify. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow.
Yes, it is on Spotify. Because I was, matter of fact, and how I found it is, I woke up. I think it was Thursday or Friday. When did I reach out? Wednesday, right? I can't remember when I brought this to your attention.
Yeah.
But that's when I found it. I woke up, and for some, how sometimes you wake up and you have a certain artist stuck in your head, and you have no idea why, because you weren't dreaming about it, you weren't thinking about it, but you woke up. And well, Tevin Campbell was stuck in my head because his album "I'm Ready" that was stuck in my head. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna listen to that. So I got on Spotify and I put in Tevin Campbell. Mm-hmm. There it was. I said, "Are you flipping kidding me?" And so I started. So I got excited, like well, the kid in me likes the frosted side, but the adult in me likes the wheat. So. That's how it happened.
For the longest time as a kid, I used to think that Powerline was Prince. I don't know why I ever thought that, but
no, it was more in lines of Michael Jackson.
I guess so too. I don't know. Just stupid kid me was just like, it's a mockery of Prince or something. But
yeah,
he should have another song.
In my head. I know
he should have another song in that movie. Like Bobby Brown. They did a versus last night between Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat. And Bobby Brown brought up his Ghostbuster 2 song, And so I was sitting there thinking about Tevin Campbell was like, man, he should have had another song in that movie. Should have, I don't know, maybe Stand Up Eye to Eye or something.
We need to release the Kevin Lima cut and get the director's cut of a Goofy movie with extra Powerline soundtrack.
I actually have that Funko Pop, by the way.
I don't doubt that.
If you can think it, he's probably got it.
Right.
I did not choose this life. This life chose me.
You know what? You got to embrace it, right? Well, cool. All right. So let's get into this a little bit. I want to figure out how we would cast and kill Sean Bean in this wholesome family father-son film of a Goofy movie. So why don't we kind of go around, take some turns, and share some of our thoughts. So, CJ, why don't you hit us first?
Well, the scene that most pops out to me is the Hi Dad soup. And when they're stuck in the car, I figure Sean Bean might be a fisherman and Bigfoot would probably rip him apart or something and throw him around. He's looking for a steak or whatever. That was the scene that popped out. It's like Bigfoot would have to do, Sean Bean was going to get hurt somehow by Bigfoot.
Absolutely.
I would be thinking more in lines of right before that scene when they were just pitching their tent and the other guy drove in with their big RV, drove right over Goofy, not scathing him at all. I can only imagine if he was standing right there helping them pitch the tent, he just gets plowed right over with the RV.
Or just in the woods where these giant saw blades come out and just slice down some trees. And
right.
Yes.
It's a little dangerous. And I love how he afforded this like $1 million RV when he works at like a Sears photo shop. I just like what?
Right. Like
well, back then
companies,
back then companies took care of you. See,
that's right. A true living millionaire.
Yes. Exactly.
No, we have to go down the rabbit hole. There's probably a darker side. He's probably got very, very dark pictures of people and he's blackmailing them.
It could be that or money laundering through JCPenney's. I don't know. Pete's a shady guy.
Well, didn't he have a car lot? That's a Goop Troop. He had a car lot, right?
He's got everything.
Yeah, he's a jack of all trades. A real hustler.
He is. All right.
I would think of another way is where they lost control of, how they lost control of their car. Like I picture like Sean Bean be like overtaking a picture of the canyon and he accidentally get hit by the car and fall into the canyon.
I can see that.
He was a reckless driver. So speaking of the reckless driving, one of them I had was there's the scene where they're just getting on the highway. They're starting to sing their little musical number, and Goofy's looking at this map. That's the biggest car map I've ever seen in my life. And he's reading the map while driving with his feet and just kind of just going about his way. And then he hits this construction vehicle. And the guys go flying and letting out a giant Wilhelm scream. And I thought, it's like, okay, Sean Bean could be this guy that's just doing his job, fixing some road sign. And all of a sudden, some car comes out of nowhere and just blasts him into tomorrow. It just, come on.
Or how about whenever they are, when the car went down into the water of the canyon, where there was a whirlpool down towards the bottom. Yeah. He's on the fishing boat, not paying attention to the whirlpool. He's the one that sinks down, but he's trying to come back up, but their car pushes him down even further.
It's like, was that a car? It's like, oh.
Oh, and then all of a sudden they pop back up. It's like, oh, we're good.
Not every day you get hit by a gremlin, so.
Especially in the middle of a canyon.
In the water.
Yeah.
And it stayed afloat. That was the cool part about it. It's like, how this did not sink? It stayed afloat.
I thought all of them had that special feature of floating devices for rivers and stuff like that.
In Goofy's world, for sure.
You know, I think another one would be if he was the security guard at the Powerline concert and he got blinded. He'd be the actually the because the dude, if you think the dude got electrocuted.
The guy chasing Max, yeah.
Yes, the security guard. He did get electrocuted. So just replace him with Sean Bean, and there we go.
With
or he'll be down
cheering
at the bottom. Yeah, cheering for all the death.
Right,
that's the crazy part.
Or he could be,
or he could be one of the employees that's off to the side. Because if you remember, when that security guy gets knocked into that monitor, sparks and metal fragments went into the air, and it looked like fireworks. But if you're a bystander down right below it, that's metal literally falling straight down. What if he looked up and just dead.
Just ate it? But the show must go on.
Or what if Sean Bean played a kid and he was lactose intolerant, and thanks to Cheesy McCheeser, some of that cheese fell on him, and he ended up having, explosive diarrhea, and he died of,
dehydration.
And yes.
It's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa. There's a moment I have to call out in the On the Open Road song where in all good musicals, everyone knows the words and everyone's participating, and especially driving down the expressway at 80 miles an hour, everybody's still participating, which is great.
Even the dead person.
Even the dead person pops out. But before that, a trunk opens up of everyone singing the lyrics, and one of the guys in the trunk is actually bound and tied with his feet in concrete blocks.
Yes.
It's like, this is a kid's movie. Somebody's about to get murdered.
And the thing is, we didn't catch this when we were kids.
Oh, heck no. It's like, oh, that's funny. So my thought was, like, this was Sean Bean who just kept losing on his horse betting, or I don't know what, but this guy's about to get driven to the nearest lake and just drown. And
I don't know which Godfather he took off.
It was King Joffrey. That's what happened.
Yeah, just follows around everywhere he goes. But that was a moment that was pretty dark.
He's probably going to disappear.
Yeah, now that you said that, yeah, I remember that. Because that's what happened, the other day when I was on the interstate, the exact same thing happened to me. We were just starting a random song we were singing. Oh. I think it was Don't Stop Believing by Journey. You would not believe how many cars that got beside me was singing Don't Stop Believing.
Well, if they don't start singing, they get arrested. So
and then somebody pulls up in front of you and pumps the trunk and you saw a body. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what we're talking about right now.
I played the fifth, so I cannot confirm or deny what I saw. I like life, sir.
Right. Awesome. I have one more that I have to share with you guys, and this actually takes place during my favorite scene in the entire movie. So here's some backstory for you. So Sean Bean is just trying to get his life back together. He's struggling to land a job, and at this point, he'll take anything. And the first thing available in the want ads is actually an opportunity to be a costumed character at Lester's Possum Park.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was one of mine.
So hi Dana. So that was Lester, everybody. Oh God, that panda. Oh, okay, thanks, Dana.
I feel like that joke was pandoing.
So right, it was. So, oh God, here come the puns. The world famous talking Shiz puns.
Oh, come on. You know people can bear our puns.
Oh, here we go. So let me get this
Pandora's
out.
box.
Black and white and red all over. So he lands this job as Lester, playing this life-size costumed character, and he really wants to own this character, so he goes all in. So he sees Max coming out looking all sad. He's like, you know what? This is my job. I want to prove to my manager I can do this. So he comes up and wants to give him this big old hug, make him smile and feel good. You're at Lester's Possum Park. How could you be sad? So Max, angry, obviously just slaps him upside the head, spins his mask around, says, beat it, doofus. And Sean Bean starts like wandering because he can't see anything. All of a sudden, this bloodthirsty group of kids maul him and tackle him to the ground, jumping up and down. And all you see is the kids just drag him off to God knows where. So I can only assume that Sean Bean died by either just getting pummeled to death, probably heat exhaustion from these kids, or just suffocating. I don't know, but a bunch of kids tackle this costume guy and just drag him off to the shadows. We don't know what happened to him. I can only assume he died. So it's either way, it's a bad job. I don't want.
Or wonder if the mask was actually more like they did with Harry Potter, where the head is actually a robot for I think it's the big tall guy. I forgot his name. But the big tall guy, Hagrid, yes, Hagrid was actually a robot. He wasn't a real person. His head was actually a robot. It was all controlled by computer. And ironically, if someone was to put that on, it would be skin tight to them because it has a lot of mechanisms. So if Max actually slapped it and it rotated all the way around 180 degrees, he actually killed him. He was just walking around like a chicken with his head cut off.
That is a hell of a slap. That's some superpower to that one.
That's some MMA fighting slap right there.
Right.
And now he's in the Pirates of the Caribbean as an animatronic. So he's, getting chased.
That's where we get the Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where that came from.
Ooh, that's yeah. It's just there's a real body inside that. It's just you don't know. Oh,
What's that smell? Oh, it's the sewage.
Don't worry about it.
What smell? The whole soprano look. What smell? You're right. My bad.
Not going to even acknowledge the fact that everyone was putting on dead carcasses of possums as hats as it was leaving the grounds.
Right. It's very Nightmare Before Christmas like.
I mean, they have rabies, so it doesn't matter. Right? They carry rabies, right?
Well, something. All right. I got a couple comments. So Chris jumped in, just said, I'm going to stay wholesome. And just a shout out to Goofy for being the #1 single dad out there. I have to agree. He's doing it all for Max, trying to be a good dad alone. So,
and at the very beginning of that movie, it takes a real dad to wear a pink towel.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Why does he have it? Why did he have his hair wrapped, but he doesn't really have hair?
He's goofy. He does what he wants. Let's see. I got another one that just said, check your DMs. That's terrifying.
Last time somebody said they sent me something in DMs, it was not good. Your grandmother might want to get that checked out. Just saying.
All right. I'm going to read this and see where it goes down a rabbit hole. So, okay. So this is from Roderick, and he says, so this is how Sean Bean will die in a Goofy movie. He will get sucked into the cartoon world a la Space Jam style. Ooh. Where he's encountered by an evil cartoon who says he can help him restore his relationship with his father. So he gets sucked into the Goofy cartoon universe where his father is supposedly living in now. But it turns out Ufug, which is Goofy in reverse, cute. Goofy's Mirror Universe version in disguise is plotting to take over the real world, where people go to. This is really deep, Roderick. Jesus. Go to watch the movie in the theater or at home, pulling people into the screen. Wow. Third, of course, could only be achieved by getting one human to go in willingly, and that's Sean Bean. So all the while, Sean Bean is just a background character that you never really notice. But Sean Bean discovers a way to stop the evil plot, and that he has to become an animated character himself. So upon doing so, by wishing upon the magic dodgeball, he himself becomes a dodgeball. This is getting weird. Which Goofy and his son use to have fun and bond together, all the while not knowing the sacrifice that Sean Bean did to save Goofy's relationship, but also save the human world. So sacrifice Sean Bean to become a dodgeball. He takes one for the team, literally.
Well, if you could dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
You could, yeah, something. Thank you, Roderick. And you're welcome. Yes, thanks. So that was very deep. Quite well told.
One word: therapy. that took down a dark road quick.
Something. So I think that's all we got. So guys, thank you, CJ and Maddox, for joining me today for this experimental live stream. Everybody needs to go subscribe and follow these guys. I still contend that Talkin Shiz has the best social media game of any podcast. You guys interact with everybody, you have fun, you raise other podcasts up, and you're active and just having fun with everyone else. So kudos to you guys. Go check them out. You guys have an episode for everybody. I love your dad jokes, your superheroes. I keep going back to those episodes. They're a lot of fun. And I listen to you guys when I'm cutting the grass, of all things. You guys help pass the time and having fun. So I love your show.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Appreciate that.
Well, that's the funny
that.
thing about dad jokes, because in order to become a dad joke, it has to be apparent. Thank you.
So do you guys got any special website, or just search you Talkin Shiz on every platform?
We are on Twitter, Talkin_Shiz, Instagram, Talkin_Shiz, and we do have that old Facebook account. But we have this one special place that we actually won from you. I didn't even know I entered the contest. I thought I was just helping, I thought I was just helping out, wasn't expecting anything. And you say, oh, yeah, by the way, you won. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What did I do? and before I let Maddox, because this is Maddox, because Maddox is the tech guy of the show. I'm more of the dry sense of humor guy. I appreciate you saying that. I don't. It was funny because I've never been on Twitter so much in my life until I started a podcast, and promoting a podcast is so time consuming. And there's a lot of podcasts out there that I do enjoy. I've told you before, I enjoy you guys' show. I've listened to you guys, and I think, oh man, there's so many good episodes. I'm trying to remember. I think it was the Hocus Pocus one. I can't remember, but I think it was that one that I really enjoyed.
Well, thank you.
I really enjoyed that one.
We had fun with that one.
And there was another one that you guys, I think The Matrix. The Matrix was a fun one. I enjoyed The Matrix.
The Matrix killed me. Oh, it hurt.
The sequels hurt me. And they're making a fourth one.
And then I'm going to be a sucker. I'm going to go watch it. But I know it's not going to be good. But whatever.
But he's the chosen one. He's the chosen one. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys saying that. It actually means a lot. I mean, we try to be entertaining with our podcast. Try. But yeah. Anyway, Maddox, go ahead.
So, thanks to you, we now are on podpage.com/talkinshiz. That site gave us the opportunity to put all of our links, all of the selections to anywhere that you want to listen to us. And surprisingly, we have expanded so far to where we have iHeartRadio, we have Google, we have Spotify, we have iTunes, you name it. And it's all on that page. It's a one-stop shop for us. And we even have a link for merchandise, you name it. It's all there. You can even write a review. And I think you can still go to Anchor and leave us a voicemail, and we can actually listen to what you want to say to us too. So yeah, it's a one-stop shop for it.
Yeah. So please, everybody, just stop what you're doing. Make sure you subscribe to these guys. It's a blast. Whatever topic you want to find, I'm sure they've covered it at some point in time. And just go have some fun with them. So
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you mainly cry. Just check us out.
I have a whole bag of emotions.
Definitely cringeworthy. Like, it's funny because I've never did a live show, and like I'll go back when we record, I can actually edit out all the bad jokes I've told. So just like earlier when I mentioned one, I was like,
Tons, by the way. Tons, by
man.
the way. Tons.
I cannot edit this out.
It's out there.
Well, the bubblegum thing, I was like, it was funnier in my head. So if that was recorded, I could actually edit that out, and people go, oh yeah, he's got some comedy. Most people don't know this, but I did try stand up, but they told me to sit down, so that's where I'm at now.
Well, when I convert this over to the podcast, I'll consider cutting that out, but I'll probably leave it in. It's too much work.
You just hear this hashtag cringe, or you hear cringe time.
I'll put a warning. It's like, just understand they're talking Shiz was the guest, so just know what you're getting yourself into.
He has ADD, bless his heart. I'll give him some credit.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you guys for joining, and a huge thank you to all of you for tuning in to this live stream. Like I said, 4 of you. It's great. I appreciate it. If you want us to keep doing this,
we have.
Yeah, we balance the tables here a little bit. If anybody wants us to keep doing this, just let us know. Like I said, I'm just experimenting, trying new things with technology and the setup I have here. So if you like the Sean Bean episodes being live, so you can tune in and drop your own comments on how he would die, feel free to do so.
It's a great segment. Great segment.
Thank you. It's a fun little twist to just have some fun and actually talk to you guys for the first time in the year and a half I've been chatting with you guys on Twitter. So it's worth it.
I know it's good to actually see the face. I mean, you see my face. I'm very good looking, and
you fit just good for the Goofy movie.
Yeah. Just an
see?
FYI, just so that way people can understand the emojis for our logo. The one in a plaid shirt is CJ. The one in the green shirt is me. Just
I never even
FYI.
brought that to anybody's attention.
Just assumed, right?
They're probably like, who's who? That's a good.
Well, you heard it here first.
I was 2 years into it.
Right.
Never once mentioned that.
Awesome. So you can go to our website. If you just want to hear our Sean Bean episodes, go to HWSBHD. It's a terrible website, but howwouldshawnbeanhavedied.com, or our regular episode podcast at oswpodcast.com. You can leave us a comment if you want us to keep doing these. Great. If you want to record your own How Would Sean Bean episode with us, let me know. I'm always happy to do these with anybody, listener, other podcaster, or if you own a business, just jump in. Let us know. Just here to have some fun. So until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in, leaving your comments, and we will catch you later. Thanks.